Yo, what's good? This is your boy, your brother, Easy Green. And I was really thinking, I was debating between two things I was gonna talk about for my first, for my first instruction on, the spiritual path for my brothers and sisters. But I've been, I've been wrestling between two. But I really feel as though first and foremost is a real quality that we take for granted, right? It's a real physical practice. It's a real, and then after I tell you what that is, you'll be like, what? Right? Especially if you never heard this before. But if you heard it before, you'll know where I'm getting at with this. But one thing that will hands down, it can be nothing but a service, nothing but it will do nothing but bring positivity into your life and bring productivity and give you a clearer mind and break down some of the barriers that keep you from your true potential. And that's simply washing your funky ass. Washing your funky ass, you hear me? Yeah, that's that simple. Cleanliness is next to godliness, And I'm saying that to be funny, but to take it more serious, we, us in the occultic community or the magical community, whatever, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, we have a strong affinity to spiritual cleansing. Now, these are called spiritual baths, not your typical bath. That's the catch, right? I just wanted to catch you with that real quick, right? But it's a spiritual cleanse. It's almost like giving yourself a self-administered baptism, right? We see, all throughout, personally, the only real reference books I could use would be, maybe the Bible, a little bit of Quran, because that was pretty much what I was born into. I was born, in a Christian home, and I got Muslim family members, and I dabbled in Islam, I dabbled in stuff, so I can only use the tools that I was equipped with. But every time I realized that any kind of real groundbreaking event, when an individual broke through to the next level and was able to completely fulfill their task, they were always confronted with water. Right? You got Noah in the ark, 40 days, 40 nights in the water in the flood. Right? You got Moses going to the Red Sea, splitting it. You got Jesus, who really didn't completely get validated as being the Messiah until he was submerged by John the Baptizer. And we can go on and on and on with references of the water. We can even go into Genesis, the very first book of the Bible. Even in the first couple verses, when it said, in the beginning God created heaven and earth, right? And shortly after, it says God's Spirit. And this is before he said, let there be light. He said God's Spirit hovered over the face of the deep. The deep referred to that primordial, chaotic ocean, that dark ocean. The only thing that was here prior to creation was darkness and water. Now, with knowing that, there is an intelligence in water. Think about it. Your body is comprised of mostly water. It's like 75, 85% water, something like that. So you can't say that there's no intelligence in water, because you yourself will call yourself an intelligent person, right? Absolutely. So if you're intelligent and most of you is water, then there has to be an inherent intelligence in the water. It's common sense. Water contains memory. Water holds blueprints. Water follows the path of least resistance, which means it mastered the art of getting the most done with the least amount of effort. So, by submerging yourself in water and programming the water with specific herbs and minerals and intention and prayer and speaking over the water, you can do things for yourself that you would not naturally be able to do by yourself alone. Because the water is like, it's a purifier and it's a magnifier. So, for example, if I had a specific trial or tribulation in my life, I will find that corresponding herb or that corresponding element, place those herbs, make it into a tea or what have you, put it into the water, say my prayers, my intentions, speak over that water, because that water is you. You have 85% water in you. That's all you pretty much are. So that same intelligence is floating around in that tub. You speak to it, then you get into the physical water and you let its spiritual counterpart take effect in your life. You got to remember, you have a physical body and a spirit. Everything physical has a spiritual, unseen counterpart. So while you're physically bathing, you are also spiritually bathing, because the water has a spiritual counterpart. So you're bathing physically, but your spirit is in contact and is that working in conjunction with the spirit of the water. Water's primary purpose is to purify. That's what it does. It is a purifier. Water purifies. So wouldn't it behoove you to put yourself in the presence of a purifying spirit? I'm gonna give you one spiritual bath that I use, not a lot, because it's a real powerful one. You don't need to use it too much, maybe once every 2 months, once every 60 days, or what have you. This is what a lot of old heads used to do back in the day. An ammonia bath. Now, no, you're not dumping your body in a whole tub of ammonia. All you need is a couple ounces of ammonia, maybe a little cup, 4 to 8 ounces. Put it in your tub and some sea salt. What that does is it puts all of the ions and all of the electrons and what have you bouncing off of your auric field, off of your energy field, and it neutralizes them and it brings them back to zero. It gets rid of the good and bad, though. That's the reason why I say you don't want to do it too much, because it gets rid of the good and bad. But a lot of times, living in the world we in, it's a lot more bad going on than good. So it's good sometimes to just work from a clean slate, right? Put a little bit of sea salt, some salt, not table salt. You want to be as natural as possible. Iodized salt goes through too much chemicals and stuff like that. It breaks down the natural integrity of it. So you want to get some salt, sea salt, and some ammonia. Put it in the water. You want to soak, and you want to submerge your head at least 3 times in that water. You want to say prayers. You want to say whatever it is that you do to connect to your special spiritual place. Come with an intention, and what it does is it cleans your slate. It gets all of that excess energy, all of that energy that's unneeded, it gets it off of you. But the key is this: what you do after the bath. After the bath, you want to put things on your body that add on to your aura, that add on to your energetic field, right? You want to rub essential oils on your body. One oil that I swear by all the time is an essential oil by the name of geranium rose. Geranium rose. GeraniaUM. I think that's how it. Don't hold me to it. Geranium. Geranium. That's it. But you can look it up. Geranium, lemongrass is a good thing, using essential oils. even crystals. But you know, the minute you get out of that tub, you want to start re-downloading yourself with positive with positive vibes, because you have to remember, you brought yourself, you're at a clean slate now. You got it all off of you, all of that gook, all of that spiritual fog, and all of that shit. You got it up off of you. In a later video, I'll actually be telling you how to work with the essential oils, and specifically, there are about 16 that can pretty much fix almost every problem in your life once you are able to get in contact with that spirit. And that's about it, man. I don't want to keep rambling, but the spiritual bath is a real concept. You know, it's magnetic. It pulls things out of you. It pulls things off of you. It purges you. It purifies you. You can get out of the bath and feel like a different person. That's no coincidence. That's why do you think so many women, when they have a hard day, they love drawing a bath? That's why women are so much more in touch with their emotions, and so much more in touch with, you know, pleasure and what makes them feel good, is because they have more of a watery quality. They're more magnetic. They're more feminine, and water is a feminine substance, and there's nothing wrong with submerging yourself in that so that it can take from you what is not needed. You can look at it. You're not doing anything wrong. The water eats up your negativity. It loves it. It's nutrition for it. Almost the same way the earth eats up dead bodies and is nutritious to the earth, right? Maggots eat up, you know, manure, right? You take a pile of cow shit, you put it in the earth, you drop an apple seed in that thing, and you got the most delicious apples in the fucking world. So just because things don't necessarily seem like that to us, you got to remember, nature matches us in our opposite, right? So when you go to the water, you're almost offering, you're giving the water an offering of burdens to bear for you, because that's all they do. They take that. They take from us. They hold it. They maintain us. You can't break water. You can't bend water. You put it in any extreme circumstance, and it will make a way out of it. You make it too hot, it'll turn into steam. You make it too cold, it'll turn into ice. Right? You chop it up too much, it'll just splash all over the place. It just is. It will not. And the more that you communicate with the spirit of the water, the more like the water you will become. This is your brother Easy Green. I got some more videos for you. Just holler at me. If you got any questions, you got any suggestions, get at me, man. I'm here. I'm just trying to get this YouTube thing popping. Get at me. It's a great time to live. Make the best out of your life. Wow.